Look, if you don't want to make that change within yourself, it's not going to get better. This might not apply to everybody, but if you feel like you're rock bottom, okay, and you're hoping for a better day, but you literally are doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results, that's the definition of insanity. You are provided with a choice every day. You are provided with multiple choices throughout the entire day. Take that choice, make that change. You've identified a problem. You're saying you're rock bottom. Got it. You're there now. There's only one way, and it's up. So change your mindset. Use that choice and go a freaking different direction. Love y'all. Faceman VTT out.
Day 3 of retirement. As an infantryman, I was asked if I could clean the sink. So let's look at this. Definitely some kind of grime on there. And I open up the cabinet. What do I use? Nothing comes to mind. Like my experiences, my skill set. Nothing. Wait a minute. Everyone knows this is how you clean everything. Infantry, retired.
You can just take it.
Would you like a military discount?
Do you offer one?
Honest cap of the day.
Thank you.
CC's Pizza is the county fair of restaurants. You go in there, you look around, you feel a little bit better about yourself, then you realize that you're in there too. Tell me I'm wrong. Well, let's be honest. You know, not everybody's made for this life. It's scary. You know, you gotta jump out of a plane while it's moving. That's not natural. It's high, it's fucking wet outside sometimes. It's snowy, it's hot, it's dry, it's shitty. Who the fuck would want to be airborne? Best job I ever had.
This is the Veteran Trash Talk Hour, hosted by Nick, Dave, and Buddy. Real warriors making fun of other real warriors. Try to not get triggered.
3, 2, 1, let's go. Yo, what up, everybody? Welcome to episode 117 of the Trash Talk Hour. Special guest today is Jimmy with Warriors of the Outdoors. And as usual, I'm here with Nick and Buddy. Happy Saturday, everybody.
Hold on. It's Warriors for the Outdoors.
4.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Oh, 4.
Four.
Wow. What
There
a
we go.
piece of shit,
Warriors 4.
Hey, Jimmy.
Mamma
You just cost them $17 million in donations.
Yeah, Dave.
Yeah, let me,
Dave actually speaks 3 languages. None of them.
Just not the
well.
one with a number in it.
Let me read the script. Oh yeah, the script was correct. Nick, you did right. You wrote for the Outdoors on the script. Yeah.
Yep, I'm never wrong.
Sorry, Jimmy. I don't think anybody's gonna want to listen to you now.
Are you dipping, buddy?
No.
Oh my god! Like
It's
you just
raisins.
It's raisins, yeah.
Coffee.
Say so for those of you
Yeah.
watching, it's literally like the biggest sign of mental weakness is tobacco, and I'm guilty of it. Right? Like there's just it's the worst thing for you.
True.
And if you're smart,
it's the worst thing for you.
it's literally the worst
Heroin
thing.
is bad. Heroin's pretty bad.
I mean,
Methamphetamine?
is
There's
it
also
bad.
heroin and crack.
but
Nick.
is it
There's
like
also
real?
heroin and crack.
Yeah.
But is it like good heroin or bad heroin? Like you're buying heroin for $15, it's bad for you. But I'm sure if you're getting the good stuff, it's just pretty wild. I mean, I don't know. I'm not speaking from any experience, but I'm sure Buddy
I would
has.
hope not.
Well, I was
Yeah.
prescribed Valium for years, so that's pretty much heroin.
You were.
should-
That is true. That is
Yeah.
true.
Everybody around you should take Valium, not you.
Yeah. But it is what it is.
Well, welcome everybody. Thanks for tuning in. We are going to kickstart this dumpster fire with another conspiracy. So today I'm going to keep it kind of short, but I'm going to tie it to current events, okay, to things that are actually happening right now. All right. So for those of you that have, I don't know if you've ever heard of Project Bluebeam or Project Blue Book. I did cover this a couple episodes ago, probably about 10 or 20 episodes ago. And the premise behind Project Bluebeam, it's basically a theory about a supposed project by NASA whose purpose is to create an artificial second coming in order to control the world and bring in a new world order. Okay. It's a very well-known conspiracy. It's talked about back in the 80s, 90s. All right. And it's basically saying that NASA has these lasers and things of that nature that can shoot up into the sky to create, you know, some visuals that we think then are UFOs or whatever. Supposedly Project Bluebeam was used during the Phoenix Lights, okay? One of the biggest UFO sightings in the US, you know, where over 45 minutes in Phoenix there were lights, just and thousands of people saw these lights and then they disappeared. So fast forward, are we going through Project Bluebeam right now? Is this what's actually occurring, okay? We obviously know about the 4 things that were shot out of the sky, okay? We had the Chinese spy balloon, and then we had the balloon that was shot down in, well, we don't know if it was a balloon, the UFO that was shot down in Canada, Montana, and then in Alaska, okay? And obviously it's all over the news, and we've heard people talk about it, and those 3 that were shot down, we still don't have the wreckage, supposedly, okay? And what's not spoken about is China then reported after all that happened that they were getting ready to shoot something out of the sky as well, which is, you know, cool. Yeah, you guys just shot one of our things. Now we're going to claim we're shooting something out of the sky. And then the Russians, okay, I saw this on the news. You can Google it. They supposedly shot something out of the sky in January. So things are getting shot out of the sky. Who knows what the fuck they are, okay? Last year, we released the UFO files to the public. So is this Project Bluebeam? Like, are they preparing us to, you know, believe that there's some false alien invasion, that there's some alien invasion happening to bring in the New World Order? The one world currency, one world government, all that stuff? You know, like, I don't know. Like, the 3 things that were shot down, like Buddy and I spoke about this. I think we briefly spoke about on the show. If these are UFOs flying from, you know, planets away, whatever, they're not getting shot out of the sky by us. So I personally don't think it's UFOs. I think this could be the beginning of Project Bluebeam. That it's some sort of a thing, a scare tactic to scare us all. And then, you know, Ronald Reagan does a speech back, you know, back in the day. Oh,
No.
what's up, Jimmy? Jimmy, mute your shit.
Jimmy, who are you talking to, Jimmy? Is it a pig? Are you talking to a UFO?
My buddy, I'm trying to get in and grab me a drink.
Oh, okay, yeah. Hey, put it on mute when you're
There's
doing
a speech about a fake alien invasion and how we would bring the world together and blah, blah, blah. So is Project Bluebeam, that's my question, being brought to the forefront? Is this what's actually going on? Or is Project Bluebeam a bunch of bullshit? And what are the things that we're shooting out of the sky? I guess those are my 2 questions. Jimmy, you're up.
I think it's all a bunch of horse shit. If something came from other planets, we wouldn't have to take care of them.
Okay. All right.
You know what?
So what are we shooting down, though? Buddy, shut up. Let the guests
No, no.
talk for a minute. You will have your chance.
I agree wholeheartedly with Jimmy right off the bat. Simplest, best, most eloquent way to put it. If they had come from other planets, we wouldn't have shit to do anything with them either. We wouldn't be shooting them down. Yes, continue.
Well, what if those other planets owed us money?
We are actually, we're the planet that's in debt, apparently. Like globally, we're like
it's part of Project Bluebeam.
Oh.
So are we shooting? So here's my question then. Are we actually shooting something out of the sky or is it all made up?
Yeah, is it just a headline? Jimmy's not paying attention anymore.
Okay,
Who
so
are
Jimmy
you
just said a
asking?
bunch of
Like,
buddies.
Yeah.
So I'm basically asking. I talk about Project Bluebeam. Okay, the theory behind Project Bluebeam that they're going to create some false, flag event about aliens coming that are invading the Earth and all this bullshit to bring in one world government. Now suddenly, the UFO talk started last year in June, where we started the government openly releasing this shit. That there's UFOs in the sky. We don't know what they are. And now we're fucking actively shooting things out of the sky. Is it all just a big hoax? Is it actually bringing in Project Bluebeam to like scare us? And if it isn't, what are we shooting out of the sky? Because the last 3 that got shot down, we still haven't found the wreckage.
I don't buy that
fuck
for a
are we
second.
not,
They got all that shit in their possession. They just don't want to tell what it is.
Why wouldn't they openly, though, if they said that the first one was a Chinese spy balloon, why wouldn't they openly say that the other 3 were Chinese spy balloons as well?
Because Biden's over there blowing whatever, Ping, whatever the fuck his name is.
Yep.
Xi Jinping, you're right.
Trying to keep quiet.
Yeah.
Okay.
But buddy, what say you?
What say you, buddy?
What do I say? I say that the fact that the conspiracy theorists at this point are the people that are telling the other people that it's not aliens.
Yeah, right. It's literally
Fucking
roles
mind-blowing.
reversed right now.
That's
dude.
exactly what I was thinking too. I was thinking the exact same thing.
Yep.
It's fucking mind-blowing to me that the people that the regular people make fun of for wearing aluminum caps and fucking like coming up with all this crazy shit are the ones that are like, no, it's not aliens, it's the government. And the fucking regular people are like, no, it's aliens. And
This shit is fucking aliens. Yeah,
and just like Jimmy said, you're telling me that these people, aliens, whatever, have the technology to travel light years away,
Yep.
reach the Earth, but they don't have the ability to dodge a missile. Is that what you're saying? Like they didn't. That was the one contingency that they're meteors. We got it. Asteroids. We got it. How to fucking like travel through time. Got it. F-35s. Fuck me. I didn't know. Hey, look, we got here. My bad. I didn't know they had stealth. Like, oh, calm down, everybody. Like, they got a missile. Shit. We got laser beams and fucking photon torpedoes. We can't fucking, but we didn't know about
torpedoes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So buddy, so then,
Yeah.
and that answers that. So what is it then? What are we shooting out of the sky? Because like the big one that got me, I didn't know about China supposedly almost shooting something out of the sky right after the incidents occurred here, and then Russia shot something out of the sky January 3rd or 4th. So the previous month. So like, what are we shooting out of the sky? Or is it Project Bluebeam?
That sounds a lot like when you go out and like when I was a kid, we used to go egg houses, right? We were like young, 10, 11, 12 years old. We'd run around with eggs.
Somebody
egg
my house too or whatever. Yeah, I wouldn't do that. Yeah.
But you know what else we do? We come back to our house and throw a couple eggs at our own house.
Of course.
No, we blew something up here too. Sounds a lot like we're having the same.
Hey,
problem.
I didn't do it. It happened to us too.
Yeah, it's a way smaller scale, but we're victims too, man. No. Like, no, don't buy it. I also, at this point,
so you think it's the Chinese then? You think it's the Chinese or Russians then?
Most likely, that's the simplest answer is usually the correct one. So to jump,
keep it simple.
It's fucking aliens coming from fucking like goddamn Garbon fucking 12. It's a crazy jump from it's a Chinese spy balloon or it's a Russian spy plane. Like, just saying.
Yeah, I don't know. Like the technology, I guess it would like to just be so obvious because what were they 40,000 feet above the like? Why would they fly in like airspace and shit and present themselves? Like if they are like if it is a Chinese with like their technology, like why would they just wouldn't they be smarter to make sure that they're not invading like our airspace and fly a little bit higher? Like I don't know.
How
It just
do they
doesn't
keep
make
it at the
sense to
same-
me.
Well, the airspace, the higher it goes is still the airspace.
Right, but the reason we shot them all down was because they were a threat to commercial airlines. That was always like the premise behind this is why we shot this object down. This is why we shot this object down.
And then
Because it
don't
was a
forget,
threat
we
to-
shut down all the airlines a month ago. Everybody got grounded because the system was down, right? And
Yeah.
it's like
like what's going on, dude?
I only got to spend like 6 hours in Alaska because of that stupid freaking grounding. But Bobby Lee says, I think we are shooting down exactly what they are calling them UFOs, but they ain't no fucking aliens. I think these are other countries spying on our infrastructure and nuclear weapon sites.
Yeah,
I like it, Bobby.
That is a much more simple yet readily believable answer. Yeah.
And then, but I mean,
I'm behind the Project Bluebeam thing, that it's all like tied into each other, and it would be a good way to like reel in, like this is where the tinfoil hat comes on, that it's not aliens, but that they're all conspiring together to bring in the New World Order, you know, and create this fear.
I'm going to say that it is a project going on.
A testing of the waters project.
I don't know if it's a Project Bluebeam per se, but you know, everybody knows that's watched the show. I've always said that I don't really like. I really don't believe in like aliens and UFOs. I think all this stuff is made up, released so that we do think that something else is crazy. It's to keep people thinking and talking about random ass shit. Okay, just stupid stuff. So that's why it's funny to me that like you guys just talked about how now the roles are reversed. Now the conspiracy theorists are saying that's not aliens, that's the government. Like wait, what? So all the people who were saying, nah, the government was doing that to you, 10 weeks, like 10 days ago, all of a sudden now we're fucking idiots. But I will still stand true to this day as a minor historian, okay, that America is still the greatest country ever started by man, and it's had its hiccups, but we're the most diverse country ever, right? We allow people to come in from all over, right? Get jobs, get green cards, right? That's frightening to people who want control. All right, that's terrifying. So who do we have to take down before a new world order can take over? Right? America has to go. Right? That whole free market and free thinking and actually being diverse and actually allowing women to work, actually allowing people from other countries to immigrate here and get jobs, right? Like that's got to go bye-bye. So if we can get people to start, fighting amongst each other, and I know this is that OAN and that kind of news that we're always trying to separate, but again, it's also our fault because we think every time there's a disagreement that we're trying to divide each other. And it's like, no, it's like I just don't agree with you. I still want to be an American with you. I just don't like that. Like it's
right.
But
right.
I do believe that we're getting to a point where, like, Dave, you introduced me to the Illuminati, and then you start and then you start paying attention, to the one eyes, and like it's like, and then you watch the Super Bowl halftime show. What the fuck was that? Right? Like, and then you watch the Grammys. What is that?
Oh, everywhere.
Like,
everywhere.
What is that? And then you see the simpletons in the comments, like, art's always
businesses, like major businesses and stuff, all seem like, I think it was like cops, all kinds of stuff. Yeah.
The Grammys brought to you by Pfizer. Right? And it's like, oh, that's nice. Like, yeah, that's good. So, like, again, I've always believed that somebody wants to control everything. All right, that's been throughout history, right? There's always been somebody who wanted to control the entire fucking world, whether it was the Romans, whether it was Romans, Genghis Khan, like Hitler, right? Like they all just, everybody's wanted to control the world. We're the first country to get started going, like, where we fought imperialism so hard for 100 years. We're like, no, we're not involved in this wars. No, like, let them idiots over. We know what England's doing. Let them fight each other. They give a shit, and it's like, but then somebody got involved with the money, and then we're involved in all the wars, and now look who we are. We're the biggest, baddest motherfuckers on the planet, and it's like, if you want us to go down, there's too many literate, free-thinking people in America, and that scares people who want control. It scares them. So that's where I'm going with that. I think it is a project. I think it always has been a project, but that project has not figured out how to truly divide us yet.
Yeah. I like that. I like that. Okay. Good take from everybody. Buddy.
Brian Seif says
I
it's
think
diversion or new propulsion systems.
Yeah, it's a diversion. I think it's a diversion still. I'm saying it's like they're cooking up something.
Nice. Yeah, I agree.
To take
but
full control. To take full control.
I think they always are. You know, and then
Right.
you throw in a wrinkle like a Jimmy Carter who's just a good guy and ends up being the worst president of all time. Then you throw a Trumper in there, like there's these random little guys here. I think are stopping it. You know, like
it's just you don't even have to be intelligent. Like it's just like we shoot the first one down, claim it's a Chinese spy balloon, and then we shoot the other 3 down, and we don't even have the wreckage yet. We haven't found them yet. They're not telling us what they are.
Well, nobody's asking anymore. Nobody that matters is asking either.
Well, and here's the problem: like the movie
President Biden. I'm pretty sure President Biden did say, pretty sure it was the Chinese, but not confirming it. And then they spoke to all the governors and like all the politicians. They were like, "Well, I don't really know. They told us a lot in that room, but I saw some of the clips. And they're like, well, we're not really allowed to talk about it, but I'm not really sure what it is. We're not quite sure. Like, what the fuck? Like, you have this wreckage. Like, we deserve an answer? Like, this isn't a national security thing anymore.
You're not giving
one
up,
was Chinese.
You're not giving up national security secrets if you're saying that it's Chinese, it's Russian, or it's from it's extraterrestrial. You know what I mean?
Right. Like, just like tell us now. And we haven't recovered the wreckage. I don't know. This shit doesn't add up, man.
Yeah, but then anyway. Again, just like the movie Idiocracy, you got to get the smart people. Like I said, to take down America, you got to get the smart people to stop caring, right? So you make the shit so wild that the smart people don't even turn the news on anymore. You know, it's like, right? And then you'll just have the actual separation will just be smart people and then those people, like. Mm-hmm. And then those people are fastly growing numerous, right? To like,
they breed.
Yeah, just like Idiocracy. They breed. Like so.
Bobby Lee, real quick in the chat says, "I honestly think it's China. America is the greatest country ever in the history of the world, but our Navy has got so weak in the past 40 years. So if another country like China were to plan a strategic plan of attack, knowing where all our nukes are, would be a great idea. Then knowing that our army just came out of an almost 25-year war is probably what he's trying to say. And yeah, the list goes on and on. All right, Bobby.
Yeah. Well, let's be fair. They've always known where those nukes were, and fucking everybody.
Yeah, I don't think that's too much of a secret. Yeah. I think we know that about every other country.
I did see a thing the other day where a guy from he had done a lot of the planning for EMPs. Was talking about the perfect platform. Well, the perfect platform for an EMP is a weather balloon. So that's the big. Because if you really want to take down the United States, you just take down the power and the ability to Twitter and communicate and all that other stuff.
I would not know what to do.
Well, that's the thing, and that's
like with my day.
That's what they're saying. That's what the
no internet
is. Well, that's what the theory.
What do we do?
Us outside.
We go outside. Do what?
Well, the theory is in order to, well, it's not that. The theory is that everything in the United States is so tied to electricity and electronics that if you set off an EMP, you won't have to worry about every blade of grass having a gun behind it because most of those guns will have been pointed inward.
Right.
They will be fighting each other for what they perceive
resources and whatever. Yeah.
But you scare people and tell them that there's a fucking pandemic that makes you sneeze and cough, and they go buy all the goddamn toilet paper, and it's fucking been built in the last fucking 100 years. You know what I mean?
Again, another ploy by the Chinese to see how we'd react, and they got it. So,
yeah.
And like one more thing with just like the media and like coverage and all this bullshit. Like real quick, maybe we can hit on it for just a sec. Like, what's up with all these train derailments? Like, is that like?
Well, that's because
our
Secretary of Transportation just had a baby with his husband. So, I mean, maybe he should have been paying more attention to actual transportation. The people there saying this instead of going, look at me, my transgender fucking husband had a baby. Sweet. Hey. You're the Secretary of Transportation. Who gives a shit? Fix the fucking railroads.
Well, let's
It's-
Which is
instead
why I
of
canceled.
talking about the fact that he just had a baby with his transgendered husband or whatever the hell it is, let's talk about the fact that you have a Secretary of Transportation that has no background in transportation.
Right, and
Why
then
is he the secretary?
literally, he's in Ohio and he goes, "I just lost my train of thought," and I'm like, "These aren't real people. Like, you can't say that in the press conference talking about a train derailment. Like, you can't say that." But again, he's a liberal, so nobody will call him out. But he literally said,
What
"I
is it
lost
like?
my train
Why
of
is that
thought."
suddenly? My thought on it is that actually really happening everywhere right now, or it was just
Well,
happening.
I mean,
the whole
I am a
time,
certified train driver. No big deal.
You are.
But, like,
That's right. That's
yeah,
right.
So again, like the tracks. The main thing that these guys all have to know is that how these tracks are. That's how you get licensed. Driving a train is actually really easy, but passing the laws on the tracks is what's hard. So you have to know every almost like foot of the track, and there is plenty of. You just got to look it up in the Pennsylvania record and all that stuff in the Ohio records. Like, they have been complaining, that the engineers have been, about the tracks, and it's, again, there you go. Like, there we go.
But it's happening everywhere now, though. Like,
yeah.
wasn't there like 4 derailments? Like, what's going on?
No. One, the other one in Texas was they hit somebody on the track. They hit, like, it was.
Gotcha.
Hit somebody, so.
Gotcha.
But
again, one incident occurs, now you're suddenly hearing about all these other ones. Again, is that a smoke screen? Are they actually occurring on a daily anyway or on a weekly? But now we just want to talk about it more. Yeah, whatever. All right, I'm over it with my tinfoil hat shit.
Yeah, let's get into Buddy's honesty cap.
Buddy's honesty cap.
Beg for? I don't know.
You begged for this. It better be. It better be fucking good.
All right.
I know. He texted us at 2 a.m. Please, guys.
Please, guys. Okay.
Was it 2 a.m? I don't think it was 2 a.m. Look,
Yeah.
okay. I need you. First of all, your honest opinion. I have a wedding I have to go to, and I feel like I need a haircut. Right?
No.
I think I need a haircut.
No. Whose wedding is it? Do you care about the person, the bride, or the groom?
I do. The person that I'm going with is actually who I care about.
Oh,
so I don't care about the bride or the groom, but I do care if I look like a fucking.
Okay, but who does she care about, the bride or the groom?
The groom.
Then you can have bad hair. It's fine.
Yeah.
If she cared about the bride, then
here's where I'm going with it.
I thought you wanted us to answer that.
For the last few days, I have been trying to find a barber. When did barbers become fucking craft barbers? When in the United States did you have to make a fucking appointment to go get a male haircut? And it cost $75 to get a fucking haircut.
Where are you, in Tennessee?
Oh, yeah.
I was going to say, that's kind of the norm, man. If you're going to a barber.
Not in Tennessee, it shouldn't be.
Go to a Great Clips or a Sport Clips.
Yeah, it's fucking $15, $20. These motherfuckers are charging fucking $50 for a fucking haircut. Their websites are built like they're goddamn tattoo artists. You're a fucking barber. All right? Maybe I don't want to fucking put you in your place, but I'm going to put you in your place. You're a fucking barber for $5 in Turkey, Iraq, Jordan, Syria. I can get a motherfucker that put shit in my hair, lit it on fire, poked it, and cut it without fucking burning it, and it was $5. He asked that fucking guy. Fucking guy had a 10-year-old that if I was thirsty would fucking jog his ass to the motherfucking store and grab a chai or a coffee or a fucking Coca-Cola, bring it back, and I would have a delicious drink while you cut my hair that was on fire. And then if I had ear hair or nose hair, they would take a stick, they would put it in some fucking alcohol, dab it off, light it on fire, singe the hair off my fucking ears without burning my skin, and it was $5 fucking dollars. If I gave them a $5 tip, they were fucking over fucking joyed. You people are using fucking clippers. You're not even doing a fucking scissor cut. You're using clippers with a guard. You might as well get a fucking Flowbee, you fucking hacks. And fucking cutting my hair with
the audio can't even keep up with Buddy.
You're using a fucking Flowbee and a vacuum cleaner to cut my fucking hair, and you're charging me $50 fucking dollars? Suck a fucking dick, you suck. You're not just because you grab a fucking canvas and leather smock to put on the front of you and you fucking put some fucking pomade in your hair doesn't make you a fucking super hipster, cool ass fucking barber who gives me a fucking craft beer that you got a growler full at the local fucking brewery where they're making fucking, this is a hopeless fucking boot beer that we made from fucking old fucking boots in our bathtub, and now and you can taste the fucking bitterness of fucking defeat in it. Shut the fuck up, cut my fucking hair, shut your fucking pie hole, and charge me a normal fucking price for it. You fucking nerds. You're not. You get a straight razor lineup. I don't give a fuck if you use a straight razor. Use a fucking safety razor. Use a goddamn Mach 3. I don't care as long as it looks fucking right. You fucking nerds. I don't need fucking lines in my hair. I'm not getting motherfucking the Arizona fucking Suns logo fucking cut into my hair.
The
I don't
Arizona
understand why it's
Suns.
$50. Is it the Suns? I don't.
It's
fucking
the Phoenix Suns, but yeah,
know. Are they in? Is that in Arizona?
it is.
Okay, fuck you. Then it's
But it's not the Arizona Suns.
All of the
I
Arizona.
got a couple. I mean,
Arizona.
you could
What
just.
other team is in
Hey,
Arizona?
I want to know, buddy. I want to know, where did your personal choice come into this
My personal choice. What do you mean?
to go to this place?
Yeah.
Because I'm. What do you mean?
Why did you go there? Why did you go there?
It's not this place. It's all of the places. All of the fucking places. And all they do is they put some weird fucking old tattoo fucking art on their wall. They put some mirrors. They get some chick that's got fucking face tattoos and purple hair that's shaved on one side. That's like, my name's fucking Benita, and I'm fucking like a fucking hair connoisseur, and I'll fuck. And then they charge fucking $80 to cut your fucking hair.
Yeah,
Brian says,
from my understanding, a barber, like if you go to like Great Clips, or any of those places, like
Not a barber.
they just need a cosmetology license. A barber actually has gone to school, so he's getting paid for his skill and trade and craft or whatever. If I'm not mistaken.
Hold on.
That's why you go to Great Clips. If you go to a barber, you're actually paying a barber who went to school and shit. I'm gonna Google this now.
we're gonna learn the day.
First of all, before you get us fucking canceled, Dave, I've paid for cosmetology school, and when you go to cosmetology school, you get the same exact training as a barber gets, except for one fucking thing. They have an additional class in straight razors. That's the only difference. Most of the barbers
That's for that badass fade you get at the barber, bro.
Most of the barbers that you're going to, if they're not using a straight razor, they've been to cosmetology school. It's still a school. They not only do all the things that barbers do, but they also learn about dye and fucking hair coloring and all this other bullshit.
I want to go to school with Pete Paul Mitchell.
Yeah, but they learn about that. Then the only other class they need to take to be a barber is fucking a straight razor class, which not a huge deal, but at some point that was just your dad teaching you how to use a fucking straight razor.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
Naomi
didn't know.
says
That's
here in
just
Aussie.
not, you educated me. You obviously looked this up.
No. I gotta be Buddy's friend here. If nobody's gonna be Buddy's friend, I'm gonna be Buddy's friend. And though Brian brought it up on the chat, he goes snowflake alert, and I'm gonna agree. I'm gonna agree with them a little bit. All right, I just hear me out because I'm your friend. I'm just gonna tell you what I see from the outside.
Okay, go ahead.
So we had the coffee show the other day, right? And you were talking about your little French press or whatever, however you drink your coffee, and how like a little slow drip, right? Which I'm not judging you, all right? You do what you got to do, all right? You got that. That's you. So, but I'm starting to pick up a little bit of bouge in you, all right? I'm just as a friend, I'm picking up a little bouge in you.
You go to fucking barbers in your area, and
I'm just saying. I have great barbers. I got two better known barbers that are going to come into our studio when we build them. All right, And they use scissors. They use scissors, and they use straight razor. Right?
You know what? So, and here's the thing: if they use scissors and straight razors,
I'm unfinished, buddy.
I'm just saying. So where?
I don't want to unfinish.
Yeah, where your personal choice came in is you went. Where are you going? And then how? At what point in time is this not your fault?
You went there. You chose to go there. Go to Great Clips.
I want you to address yes or no. Are you bougie?
Look like I have gotten a haircut Number one. No,
it's his French girlfriend. He's got to go to a barber
exactly. Are you bougie? Are you bougie? Can you answer yes or no? Are you bougie?
We're not gonna go to a fucking salon.
Are you bougie? All right,
No, I'm not bougie.
You can't even hear him anymore. I cannot hear what he's saying.
Oh, liar! Even your friend calls you a liar. All right, but like I'm.
All right, hold on. First of all, here's my problem. My problem is not that those people exist. My problem is that you have person A that's doing the same exact job that person B did 5 years ago before they fucking like.
Why don't you just go to a great
crazy shit on the wall?
That's what I said.
Do what?
Why don't you just go to a Sport Clips or a Great Clips?
Sport Clips gives me a beard trim.
I haven't gone anywhere.
You download the little app, and then you go there like 30 minutes prior. You log in on the app.
And more clear to you fucking idiots. I haven't gone anywhere. I still need a fucking haircut, and the reason
I can't hear what Buddy's saying.
I haven't.
That's because he has tobacco in his mouth.
This is such good. This is such a good episode. This is great conversation here before we get to Jimmy, but we can't hear what you're saying, buddy.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
The audio is not. I can hear you now.
Side note: not being able to hear Buddy is not a bad thing.
There you go,
Fuck
Jimmy.
off,
There you go.
There you go, Jimmy.
Yeah, fucking.
I'm just saying, like, you know,
Jimmy.
every once in a while we gotta get put in our place. Like, and
Okay. Well, can I answer the question?
I just think you're.
Tommy Lee says he's spitting into a cup. Laughing emoji.
I think you're a little. See, now you're screaming at the camera again, buddy, and it's not picking it up. All right, like I just. If you got
shut the fuck up, Nick, and then I'm not gonna be able to fucking if you let me talk. I'm spitting.
The closer you're getting to the screen and yelling, going full game, you're about to deep throat your computer. So,
but that's good because the fucking microphone's on my ears, you dipshit.
Exactly. So you're getting close cost interference. I don't know. I'm not an alien.
The point would be that I have not even gotten a haircut, and the reason I haven't gotten a haircut is because I'm not going. Because I'm not going. It's not capitalism.
You hate capital. You hate the way people run their business.
You know what? I wish that I would pay $50 to go. I would pay $100, $100 if a fucking dude from Turkey that used to cut my hair that had actual skill and actually did something different and was craft and took pride in his job and did it so fucking well that I left there feeling fucking better about myself than when I walked in. But when I walk into
then why don't you put an ad out in the fucking paper?
Dude, if I could find a Middle Eastern barber, you motherfuckers, I would drive.
You know, you can do those. You can do that. Yeah. You like.
I guarantee you, a Middle Eastern barber in the U.S. is going to charge you a lot more too.
You want to bet? How much do you want to bet?
Well, how much
would you like to put on that?
This needs to be recorded. So I want to say that.
How much would you like to put on that? It is recorded because we're going to put it
on
Spotify later.
No. I'm saying when you're there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How much are we betting? How much are we betting?
You think how much would a Middle Eastern barber in Tennessee charge you?
How much? How much do you think?
I'd say in between 30 and 50.
20 to 30. I'm betting $20 to $30
for just a cut or a trim too on the beard.
Cut and trim.
Cut and trim. I'm gonna say it's more than 30.
Yeah, me too.
20 to 30.
If it's a legit barber shop and he's talented, like under your like
legit.
We're just it's because
like if your theory right now, buddy, then all restaurants are like all the same. Like there's no.
It's all because. I'll share some information that I know.
I'm going to go to an Olive Garden.
I know
which is shitty Italian food, but then I'm going to go to this Italian guy who makes way better Italian food. But
I know where, buddy,
and charges more too.
Here's the point. If you went and bought the same entree at Olive Garden, and then you were in Italy and paid for the same fucking thing that tastes better and it's made by actual Italians and is fucking authentic, you would pay half the price.
In Italy, because it's a third world country that Dave refuses to admit. But anyways,
go back.
It is 100% by every metric. So again, let's get back to the root cause, which is Buddy. Right, and I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it, and here's why. Like, you know, we both kind of transitioned at the same time. We both, you know, are doing our thing.
First of all, Nick, don't ever use that fucking term
transition
2022 with me in the sentence. I have not transitioned.
What is you again?
I've
because
been the same thing.
I said transitions from the army, right?
Oh, no, you didn't say from the army. You just said transition.
Buddy's just a triggered fancy today.
It's okay because but I know why. I know why, and I'm going to help. All right. So as the life gets greener on the other side, which we all know about, right? Like it's a lot greener on the other side, especially with a retirement check and a disability check. And then even like I got a good job now. Like Buddy's probably got some side jobs here and there, doing some great things, right? And so it gets so. I mean, obviously now he's got his little fresh press, French press coffee. He's going on trips to France, to England, right? He's doing all this bougie stuff, and I'm okay with it, right? Because now, because when you get out and you get a job and you triple your income that you've had for the last 20 years, right? You start expecting a little bit more, right? You're like, hey, I could actually afford a nice steak. We don't have to go to Outback. Like we can go to that place over there, right? Like, and we can go over there and get that good stuff. But it's a hard transition for you because you still want to be where you're frugal, right? You still want to be that. But because you're so bougie now, frugal's not a bad word. It's not a bad word.
On.
So
you will never convince me that fucking that I can't figure out how to make a steak just as good as the one at fucking any fucking restaurant at my fucking house.
Right. And
here's the thing:
can't you cut your hair better?
Do what?
Go learn how to cut your hair, man.
Go learn how to cut your hair. You've been to cosmetology school.
I paid for cosmetology school. I've never been there.
Yeah.
That's an ex-wife thing. That has nothing to do with me. I could go call my ex-wife and be like, "Yo, girl, let me get a little bit of that cosmetology payment back. Cut my hair real quick."
Yeah, cut my hair once every 6 months.
Yeah. And you got that. I also need let me get visitation with them fake tits I bought. Let me get those too. All right, that's overboard. That's too much.
Overboard. But let's get into why we're here. All right,
we covered a lot, man.
We covered. Hey, we also uncovered that Buddy is in that transition. All right,
I'm not transitioning.
Transition to womanhood, but no, he is in that transition. Bitchhood, right? He's in that transition to where he's now expecting bigger and better things because he has more money. So that's what it comes down to. That's what it comes down to. That's what it comes down to, right?
If I'm paying $50 for a $10 haircut, I'm expecting for you to show me some skill.
Well, that's the expectation of somebody who makes, who wants to pay $10 for a haircut, right? You're going to a bougie place because you probably read the reviews on Yelp or whatever, and that's
all 5 stars too.
Yeah, all 5 stars, and now you're expecting this, So, but before you can become like that, buddy, you actually got to have the scratch. But you're getting there, so it's like I'm with you. I'm with you. All right. I'm here to support you.
Crawl, walk, run, buddy. Crawl, walk, run. We're in the walking phase right now. We're almost there.
Money to go. You got to show me some skill.
Hey, Jimmy, please interject.
Jimmy.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember a while back, there was a commercial that came on. It was like a place that they give $5 haircuts, and the place across the street says, "We fix $5 haircuts." Get you pay for it, bitch.
You don't get what that's the point I'm making. The point is that they're charging $50 because they got some foo-foo shit on the fucking walls and they're wearing goddamn crazy.
So again, you hate capitalism. You hate how this person's running their business. You hate their foo-foo haircut.
Fucking go there, stupid.
Yeah, exactly.
Look, this guy went to barber school. He took out a business loan, started his own business. Hair, like doing his thing, and you're hating on him, man.
Yeah, exactly. You're hating on the
that is
guy
like the beautiful thing about America.
Yeah, America and capitalism. This guy gets to put whatever he wants on his wall, and you don't like it. All right, and then he's going to
never say this, buddy, but just go back to Europe with your French girlfriend. Damn it,
go back to Germany. Right. So
what I need to do is go back to fucking goddamn Turkey. Those people were.
I will admit we had that barber in Iraq. Remember that crazy dude? Like, and he was flicking.
He would do up here too.
With the strings. He'd pull your hair.
How much did you pay for that? How much did you pay for that?
I think free.
I got it free, buddy.
Yeah, we tipped him. But that's one time I was actually scared because he was straight razor.
I used to give him candy. I used to give him American candy.
I'm like, this is going to cut my fucking throat.
I did at one point. Like, it was like riding a roller coaster. I went on a patrol in Iraq, and I stopped at a barbershop and let them cut my hair. and straight razor my fucking give me a shave.
That's that Bravo company deployment right there. Let's just stop and get a haircut.
That's that build rapport. But I was like, hey, if this motherfucker even fucking thinks about slitting my throat, one of you better pop him in the fucking face real fast.
Yeah, but anyways,
they're pulling security while you're getting your hair done.
The reason this dumpster fire went a little bit longer is because I don't know if I can trust Jimmy and his internet. So we'll see how this goes. But Jimmy is out in the woods, and that's we've had him on the show before. I don't know if you remember, but he's a cancer survivor, and he's a fellow paratrooper, and he was awesome on our show the first time. Buddy said he did do a good job, but I think that was Buddy's transition to being.
I don't even know. I don't know if I would use cancer.
I'm going to use your name in transition for the next
BTT's transitioning buddy. That's
that's your new nickname, BTT's transitioner. So,
yeah.
Transitioning warrior.
Up,
yeah. But anyways, Jimmy, you got a fundraiser for something coming up. We put the flyer up a few times, but you have a tremendous nonprofit set up somewhere out in the woods, and you take guys hunting. I think you mentioned some fishing last time, right? You do a little bit of that too.
We do freshwater and saltwater fishing.
Yeah, nice. So tell us a little about that nonprofit again, and tell us about that big event you got coming up in May, right? Is it May?
The drawing is May 1st. It's a drawing. We're raffling off a.
Yes, it's in May.
Yes, it's May 1st. Is the raffle.
Yeah, okay. Gotta make sure.
We're raffling off a 2 guns. One's a AR-10 with a night vision scope on it. The other one is just a bolt action Bagard B14 308. And we've got $200 cash, and fellow paratrooper we all used to work with. Fred Duke has a gun shop in Indiana. He does a lot of Cerakote and Hydro Dip, and
what does that mean?
Would they dip stuff in the camo, make it like a wrap, like dip stuff down the big tank?
Fucking Freddie Duke.
Yeah.
No, what does that do?
It makes it so that it's camouflage and not black. You fucking. Jesus.
So you paint the gun?
Shut up,
I'm asking questions for the people that are watching.
You Cerakote it. They know what you're talking about.
Nobody knows what you're talking about except for you hillbillies. All right? Like, I just know that I go to the store and it's just painted.
Well, Cerakote will never rust.
Okay. So there you go. See, there you go, buddy. A little no rust. So it's the building the value and what we're trying to raise money for, right?
Yes.
Okay, so go over that again.
Okay, we're raffling 2 guns, $200 cash, or a $200 gift certificate from Crossroads Hydrographics. I think it is in Indiana, and he'll do he'll do either let you $200 cash towards whatever firearm you want, or work whichever you prefer.
And how do you get to this raffle?
It's on my webpage, warriorsfortheoutdoors.org. It's on my Facebook page, Warriors for the Outdoors. Either way,
it's Warriors FOR.
Warriors, yes, for FOR the Outdoors.
The Outdoors.
.org.
I'm putting in the chat, but keep going.
Okay, and or I mean, if you want to be old school on the flyer that's on there, that's my address. You can send me a check, and if you don't want to do digital stuff, you can just send me a check and fill out the tickets. If you do it digitally through the Venmo or Cash App, just put your phone number on the note section so I can put the phone number on the ticket. If I don't know you, and as soon as you do that, every evening I fill out all the tickets and send a text message picture to the whoever wanted the tickets, so with their tickets filled out, put them all on the thing. May 1st at 6 p.m. on Facebook Live and Instagram Live, we're going to do the drawing. Got a buddy of mine's kid's about 10 years old. He's going to come over, reach in there 4 times, pull out 4 tickets, and pick up 4 lucky people.
Nice.
Very nice. So go ahead, buddy.
What is so Jimmy, we talked about this before, but what does the money raised do? Like, what are you guys going to do with it?
It goes, we pig hunt year round, and about $400 to $500 a month just in corn, making the cabin better, making the place better. Every time somebody comes here, I always tell them, what can we do to make it better? And one guy, one of the first ones to ever come out here, we slept on a pop-up camper and hammocks on the ground, and that's all we had. Now we started out with a little covered area. Now we got a cabin with 4 beds, air conditioning, flushing toilet, and just trying to make it better. We plan on building a 16 by 24 covered pavilion to be under in case it rains, and do a process stuff.
What about a barber?
No, Ooh, you could get a good barber. Yeah, and you know what? And that's another reason Jimmy is not allowed to talk about my barber conversation. He ain't got no goddamn hair.
Yeah.
Anyway, hey,
Jimmy, let me ask you a question. Did you lose your hair from cancer treatment?
Yeah, I was.
Yeah, so that's really nice of you, buddy, to make fun of a cancer survivor being bald.
And
real solid,
real
solid, buddy.
Yeah, here's something. He didn't have hair before cancer. He was fucking always bald the whole time I knew him.
It's all right. Yeah, just make fun
if you don't expect much out of Buddy, you won't be if you don't expect much out of Buddy, you won't be disappointed.
Well, you know what? Let's talk about the benefit of you having cancer. There,
it's been a while since Buddy got roasted on this show, but it's a good one.
Oh man, it's I'm gonna be getting a lot of clips
fucking benefit of Jimmy having a brain tumor is now he doesn't have to pay $55 for a fucking haircut anymore.
So he's lucky. Hey, Jimmy's lucky he had cancer. Did you hear that? You're lucky you had cancer.
And everybody that missed the show when you were on your last time, talk about briefly what you guys do. Obviously, you do the hunting and fishing, but just kind of briefly talk about how many veterans you take in. What does it look like if somebody wants to sign up? Just give us a quick, synopsis of everything that you guys provide.
Just reach out to the organization. It's got a contact form on there, or my phone number's on there as well. You can text me, Facebook, whichever, and break out the calendar, get something set up. When it starts getting real warm, we'll stop hunting and start fishing more. I've got a 27,000 acre lake about 6 miles from my house with striper fish and catfish. I got a buddy of mine that's got a boat in Georgetown, South Carolina, just south. It's between Myrtle Beach and Charleston. And we can go offshore fishing, catch mahi, tuna, wahoo, grouper. I mean, anything that swims out there we can catch. And he'll let us stay at his house and just throw in some money for fuel. And the fundraiser stuff is trying to make it so it doesn't cost veterans. I've never told a veteran that it costs X amount of dollars for him to come here. It's all donation based. Right. If you can afford $5, great. If you can afford $500, that's great. This place, I have to take very little out of. I mean, I make the land payment, which is $650 a month, and I got a tractor here, which is $600 a month. That's mine, and I make the payment on it. But as far as everything here, it's all donation based, and I've got people that they're not even veterans that come up here and do a lot of help and support. I've had people come here, and one guy came in. He's like, "Look, man, I've got a young family. I'm just starting out. I don't have a whole lot of money. If you don't want me to come," I was like, "No, screw that. Come on." We sent him home with a cooler full of food, and he worked his ass off while he was here. And he kept saying he was sorry that he couldn't have. I was like, "No, man, we sat down and talked around the campfire in the evening, just talking about life." And I've got another buddy that Buddy knows. We were platoon sergeants together. Fred Allenbaugh, they call him Shaky A. He comes out here, and I'm 100 yards from the road right now, but there's very little road noise. Sitting around here in the campfire. If we had better signal, I'd walk around and show you guys. I believe I texted you sent one of you guys a video of the cabin we got here, and just the place here. It's peaceful. What's better than sitting around a campfire, peaceful?
Yeah.
And just talk about all your problems, and you're with somebody that you don't know, but you're not being judged. Buddy made the most accurate statement ever. When veterans separate from each other, it's never a period. It's always a comma. He came down here. We had a guy that wasn't doing the best. We got him out here, and we all got together for him and talked to him. And it was, almost 15, 18 years since we'd been together. And it was like the other day, we're all talking shit about each other. We are a little bit fatter, a little bit older, a little bit grayer, but we're all the same people.
Right.
So
that's awesome, man.
Right there.
So fucking Jimmy is right there on top of it. And sometimes when you're real close, you don't really see exactly what you're doing. You just know that you're doing something, right? And he sees he's taking people out and he's going fishing or he's going hunting. What I don't know that Jimmy really sees is that he's giving groups of people, like he mentioned that cabin. First of all, that cabin is a nice hunting cabin. Like it's got a bathroom, it's got kitchen, it's got bunks, and it's not bunks.
Granite
like
fucking countertops.
It doesn't have bunks like your
Nice.
own like room. It's an open room with a bunch of
Like a
bunks in
bay.
it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kind of like a bay that we used to be in when we were at JRTC or in the barracks or whatever. And what that does
It
and I
brings that
don't
whole
think
feeling
Jimmy
back. Yeah. Yeah.
well, what I
Yeah.
don't think Jimmy realizes is if you come down there by yourself, it's great. If you come down there with a bunch of guys, like with three other guys that you were in a team with, or you were in a squad with, or you would whatever with, it gives you the opportunity to discuss everything that you didn't talk about when it was happening. All those threads of fucking trauma or
Oh, that's a really
whatever
good point, buddy.
from back when you didn't fucking discuss it. Like I said before, it's a comma, not a period. You're back in the same spot. You could talk about those things. You can revisit those things. You could talk about how you felt without fucking giving a shit about them thinking that you're not strong enough to go on the next mission because there is no next mission. You talking is the mission.
And
And
you're talking
then
about the now, your current state.
yeah, and you're
And it
talking
all
about
just
what
bringing it all. Yep.
and
Yep.
you feel like you're back with a bunch of people that understand you, and then every now and then Jimmy comes up with his fucking with wide eyed with a gun and goes, "I just got a pig on a trail cam. Who wants to go shoot it?"
Let's
And
go.
you go fucking. Everybody walks out there. One guy takes a shot. Everybody is happy for that fucking dude because he just fucking got to shoot a pig. They all run. Everybody runs out there, looks at the pig. Nobody's like, "Oh, I could have shot it better." Nobody's like, "Oh, I would have." You grab the fucking pig, you take it back. You sit there by the fire. You continue with your discussion. You clean the pig. You get ready, and then you got fucking the benefit. The side benefit is that you got fucking meat to take home, or you go out and you do fishing, and it's a fun experience, irregardless of everything else. But the actual benefit is that you have a place where you're laser focused on all you have to do is talk to your boys about how life is going. You go back to all of the discussions you already had before, the trash talk that you did before. You go back to all that, and like I said, Jimmy is one of the biggest fucking shit talking fucking dudes I've ever met. That's also the most humble person I have ever fucking been around. He'll fucking sit there and act like he's just doing what he's just doing what it is. He's just trying to fucking make it happen. And I honestly believe that he doesn't understand how
much of an impact. Yeah.
A bunch of guys coming down, being in a cabin, sitting around a fire does, not for themselves, but for their fucking souls. Like getting with your boys and fucking talking about yourself doesn't do something for you physically. It re-energizes your fucking soul. That is
100%.
as plain as I can put it.
I love it. The chat's blowing up, Jimmy. Brian says, "Thank you for what you're doing. You're awesome." And then Bobby Lee said, "Hey Jimmy, is this okay? Is this location South Carolina?" You said between Myrtle Beach and Charleston, and one of us answered yes. So yeah, you're doing great things, man.
Hold on. That's where we go.
That's where
you
go fishing. Okay.
My
so
cabin
the actual location.
My cabin is in Kershaw, South Carolina. It's about the hour northeast of Columbia, Fort Jackson.
Okay. Who's the guy you guys go fishing with?
He's a good friend of mine that I met. He's not a veteran. He's just a good supporter.
Okay.
He's like me. My biggest enjoyment here is taking somebody out there and catching or getting them to get their first pig, their first deer, their biggest pig ever, or just hang around here and have fun, or take them fishing, catch the most fish, catch the biggest fish. A buddy of mine that Buddy knows, Jeff Payne, he came down and we fished a bunch around Fort Bragg, just catching little fish. And he was like, "You know what, Jimmy, this fucking sucks. Every time we go out, we never catch any fish." And a little bit later, he caught one about 5 or 6 pounds. And he goes, "That's about the biggest one we ever catch." A little bit after that, we caught one about 12 or 15 pounds. And he's like, "That ain't too bad." Then he put one in the boat 50 pounds. He couldn't curl the fish by himself. And he's like, "Jimmy, tip my hat to you, and I'm not talking shit about you no more." I was like, "What do you got to say now, dude?" And he's like, "Nothing. Thanks." And
the other thing that Jimmy doesn't talk about is he also doesn't mind if you show up with your son or you show up with your daughter, and they get to see all of, especially if you're there. Like I was there with my son and a bunch of guys from the 82nd, And while he was kind of sitting in the, watching and learning, like they're learning about their parents and their parents' past, and that you're a real person and not just dad or mom or whatever, but you had a life and you have friends and you had experiences and all that other stuff. And then Jimmy's real good about grabbing them up and being like, "Hey, what do you want to do? Like, big guy, you want to go fucking shoot a pig?" And they'll take him out and do it. So like, it's not it's so what Jimmy's doing is so simple, but so complex and so fucking effective that it's kind of it's hard to put a finger on one thing that makes it worth giving $10 or $20 for a raffle to make sure that they can build some shit to be able to provide just a little bit more of what they're doing. And the other cool thing about Jimmy's story, and I'd love for you to talk about it, is that we've talked about it before on the show, is that you don't have to have the perfect plan, but you just have to do something. Jimmy never set out to do this. Like like he'll say, well, it just kind of fell in my lap. And then he just started doing something, and that something that was a pop-up camper turned into a badass cabin and having fucking veterans come in. And I'd love for you to talk about how you went from point A to point B, Jimmy.
Well, here, let me
Before you talk about that, Jimmy, Bobby Lee's gonna contact you and he wants to link up with you because it sounds like you're right in my area, brother. So you already got people in the chat that are wanting to connect and definitely come and
Bobby
see you.
Lee, can't wait to talk to you, brother. Let me back up to the very beginning. I liked hunting and fishing. Well, let me back up. January 27th, 2003, I was in Ramstein Air Base in Germany. I got an MRI and got told I had a brain tumor. That was my ex-wife's birthday. I had to call her and tell her, "Hey, babe, I'm coming home." She's like, "For my birthday?" I was like, "No, I got a brain tumor." And came back to Walter Reed. They did a surgery on me. They missed the tumor. They said, "Well, we'll wait for it to get bigger. Next time we'll use image-guided surgery." No, I want a civilian referral. I went to Chapel Hill. At Walter Reed, they wouldn't let me out of bed for 3 days. At Chapel Hill, I walked out of the hospital the next day on my own and came back. They told me what it was. 3 months of chemo, month of radiation later, I beat brain cancer. January 13th was 19 years cancer free. My 10-year follow-up anniversary, or my 10-year follow-up MRI, I went to the VA hospital in Columbia and I met my wife. She's an MRI tech. I was given brain cancer to meet her. You can find sugar, you can find shit in any situation. It depends on where you want to look. If you want to look for good, you'll find it. If you want to look for bad, you'll find it. I met my wife. Best thing that ever happened to me. She was at work one day. A veteran came in there and was talking about me going hunting. He said, "Your husband needs to lease my place from me. I got a place in Kershaw, $300 a year." I started leasing it from him. He wanted to sell it. Before we got the deal done, he had a massive stroke, passed away. And then it was in a trust from his brother. His brother had a massive stroke, was in a coma. His brother's daughter was the caretaker. She accepted the deal we had. She didn't know nothing about the property. She got a check for the property, and I got the property. Our old battalion commander, Bruce Parker, Colonel Parker, he does the same thing in North Carolina with deer hunting. He takes 1 or 2 veterans a year and has a nonprofit. He got me started in this. When I kind of he told me about the idea, I kicked it around, and it took off so fast. It almost scared me because it's just like, whoa, hold on, I don't know what I'm getting into, and I didn't know, and I still don't know what the hell I'm getting into. I just wing it. And I got a place to take people, and everybody that comes, nobody has come here and had a bad experience. Nobody. I've had good experiences. I've had better experiences. Some people come here, and for a while, I guaranteed people at least a shot at a pig. I can't guarantee whether you dumbass will hit it or not, but it's something. I've had very few people come here and not had a chance to, but it gives me something. The biggest downfall of this place is people come here for 2, 3, 4 days in a row, and I'm away from my wife. My house is 40 minutes away, and I'm away from her while I'm over here. That's the biggest downfall. And she's patient. She's accepting because she knows how much it helps the different veterans. My wife used to give me shit all the time about being on my phone because I'm always calling veterans. I'll call Buddy every now. I'll just go to my phone and call a different veteran. And she was up here one day, and I'm not going to mention the guy's name, but he was here. And she goes, "There he is, always on his phone." He said, "Ma'am, please don't say anything about being on his phone." She said, "Why?" She loves veterans too. She works at the VA hospital. And he said, "That man called me one day and I was about ready to check out, and he just talked to me and asked me what's going on." And whenever I talk to somebody, the last thing I say is there anything I can do for you? Because we are all we got. If we don't look out for each other, nobody else is going to look out for us. And after she heard that day, she still says, there he is on that damn phone again, but she doesn't give me shit for checking on veterans. So,
yeah,
man,
you're like on a mission, Jimmy. You're on a mission, bro.
I gotta tell you,
I love it, man.
To validate Jimmy's story, Jimmy didn't hear from me for a little bit. And to be honest, Jimmy's way better at
And real
reaching
quick,
out
can we
than
just
I am.
cheers on beating the cancer? Like that's a cheers worthy, man.
Even though
Jimmy.
Buddy says you were lucky to have it, but there you go.
I mean, he does have to. He does.
Hey, hold on,
that, man.
Save 15% or more by
Shut
not
up.
getting haircuts.
Shut up. It was the
Hey,
best thing
consider
ever happened.
yourself blessed.
Shut up, motherfuckers. A brain tumor was the best thing ever happened to me because you look at shit a whole lot differently. Little stuff don't bother you no more, and you realize that you're here for a reason, and it was the best thing. I mean, I have headaches every day. I lost most of the vision in my eye. I have problems, depth perception and stuff like that, but I still wake up every day. I still get to call people and just check on them. I called an old PL. I called Adam Crusoe today, buddy, and checked on him, and he's up there in Boston. Just talk shit to him a little bit. He sent me a picture, looked like an angry terrorist. But it's just, you reach out. I've got about 1,800 contacts on my phone, and every day I try to call somebody and check on them.
So
that's great.
It really is.
Back to what I was saying, like I said, Jimmy's definitely 100% better about reaching out to people. That like it almost makes you feel bad when he calls you, and you're just like, "Fuck, man!" Like I should, because he spends a lot of his time checking on people. I don't know how many people spend a lot of their time checking on Jim. You know what I mean? That being said, like
that's my therapy.
Yeah, there have been some times where like Jimmy will call and I'm like, what's going on? I'll call, answer the phone.
Yeah, we're all good at answering. Yeah, we'll answer right away. Yeah,
the phone and Jimmy's like, yeah, just checking on you, and I'm like, well, fuck, I'm fine. Of course I'm fine. And I think about it, and I'm like, the fact is, I'm fine. Like, I'm good. But goddamn, it's nice to have somebody that gives a fuck enough to pick up the phone just to call to see how you're doing. Like it's just nice to know that somebody gives a shit enough to do something simple like pick up the phone and just not have something that they want, not have something that they need, not have something that they're fucking asking you for or a favor, but just call you just to be like, hey man, just checking to see how you're doing. He is an asshole and never fucking says goodbye. He just hangs up the phone on you. But at the end of the day, he's explained that a couple times, and I get it.
All right,
he doesn't like to say goodbye.
No, we talked about this last show, but last time you were on, but
yeah, he just doesn't say bye. He doesn't like to say. He just fucking hangs up on your ass. So
because it's not goodbye.
I love that though. That's good.
It's not goodbye.
It's
till next time.
Like,
yeah.
Well, bye. He'll be like, all right, well.
Now,
give me a call. Click. Like,
if I give you shit, shut up, Dick. If I give a shit about you, last thing I'll say is I love you, because you may not. If you give a shit about somebody, tell them you love them, because you may not get a chance to again.
No, Buddy started that with us too, and so we all say love it to everybody when we're done with the show. And I'll keep going. That it's again. I figured he didn't come up with that on his own. It came from you.
No, that's not true. That's not true at all.
But so let me just, that's a good thing to what you're doing is phenomenal. It was phenomenal last time you were on the show and talked about it. So those of you watching, go to the organization warriorsfortheoutdoors.org and donate, and then get into this raffle. Apparently you get some kind of gun that's painted. I don't know, but it's
not painted. Fucking idiot.
It keeps
with a brush.
It keeps it from getting rusted, and it's painted. All right, so
I thought you were the brains of this operation, dumbass.
I am the brains of this operation, but that's how I make it funny. All right.
But the guns that he's talking about are fucking legit guns, by the way. Like he's like, oh, you just get this bolt action. Like it's a fucking legit gun.
And I don't want to get too. I get triggered every time I see painted guns, because I always was like weirded out how the scouts always had like camouflage guns. And I'm
my personal favorite was when the scouts getting ready to go to fucking Iraq painted their guns gloss white.
There you go. Yeah. Hey,
What?
fuck
like
you. That's why. Well, hey, actually, that's a really bright idea with the sun. Get it right? But anyways,
Yeah.
no, but it's like so.
Hey, I'm gonna turn.
What?
Hold on, I'm gonna turn the light on right here. If it's too bright, let me know. Is that too bright?
No, you're good.
No,
No.
All right.
pretty face.
Yeah. So
Buddy,
Yeah.
you've never been accused of being real bright either, so fuck off.
So yeah, a little bit of the AAR. We don't know what this project Blue Front. What is it called? Blue
Beam.
Blue beam.
Beam. Yeah, we don't know. We don't know if it's exactly Blue Beam, but something else is going on. All right. And
They're
we don't-
brewing. They're cooking.
Yeah, we don't know if we're
Something's
getting
going on.
divided. And we've uncovered a big rock, off of Buddy's soul today, and
Yep.
we were able
Yeah,
to we were able to just
bougie.
accept it,
Hold on.
accept the fact that you're bougie. Just accept it. Like it's
Hey,
fine.
Can,
Like
can I say something?
yeah.
Hey, for anybody listening, want to reach out? Can I throw my phone number out there? Do you guys give a shit? Is it recommended?
That's on you. Yeah,
That's on you,
Go for
homie.
it.
All right, 803-372-7200. That's my cell phone number. I have it with me all the time. If you feel down, you want somebody to talk to, you want somebody to tell you how fucking worthless you are, I'm your guy. I'll tell you how good you are, how worthless you are. You want somebody to talk to, you want somebody to go fishing with, you want just whatever, somebody to talk to for something. I'm here for you. If I don't have your number, shoot me a text, say, hey, my name is such and such. I'm a veteran. You got a minute. And I always got a minute.
Yeah, Jimmy, you should pay somebody in Hunts to be your PR guy and text for you while you're talking because they can put that all in the chat thread. But
Do you know anybody
Edward,
like that?
do you? You got a bunch of people up there, don't you? Bad Buddy do it. Anyways,
Yeah, he's got a bunch of people, but they're all fucking dumb, just like me. They can't fucking figure it out.
oh, here we go. But Buddy,
Technology.
you're not dumb. You're not dumb, buddy.
Oh,
you don't get to play that card with us. But Edward Hammond says, "What's up, my people?" And Wesley Stewart says, "Just started reconnecting with guys from my first sub, and I went from this civilian world sucks my ass to a little bit of light." That's right, and that's what I was getting into with, everything that Jimmy's doing is how he helps, and his mission is the same mission as our mission. And we keep trying to tell people, if you want to be a guest on this show, if you have a veteran-owned business or a cause, or you just want to bring your squad on and tell a war story, like just reach out to the Big Earl, right? And we're going to get you on the show because everybody's story is different. And we keep trying to send this message out, is not all veterans are the same. All right. We share the same blood, but we're not the same. All right. There's different aspects, different angles everywhere. All right. And if I can reach you with a phone call, great. If I'm not comfortable reaching on a phone, if I'm not comfortable talking on a phone call, then join BTT official. Right. Because somebody's going to reach out and you're going to be able to just text. All right. You're going to be able to get on there and do it. But the bottom line is we can't keep blaming other shit for our problems. Our problems as veterans, if we want to take those problems on, which Jimmy has taken on, all right, which we've taken on here at Veteran Trash Talk, if we're going to take those problems on, then we got to have 20, 30 different ways to handle, everybody's problems. And I'm not the answer to everyone's problem. Dave's not, the face band's not the answer to everybody's problems. All right, hunting's not the answer to everybody's problems. All right, and being out in the woods isn't the answer to everybody's problems, but it's the answer to some. Right, and if we can make that happen, if we can support each other, that's what we're asking for, and that's what Veteran Trash Talk is for. We're not like the founders of it. We're not the gurus, right? Just like the founders of Warriors for the Outdoors, he's the guru for that spot he's in. But all together, if we can just have a community where I can send somebody to Jimmy, all right? If somebody comes on the page and says, I'm struggling with this, hey man, where are you living at? Well, I'm in South Carolina. Do you hunt? Yeah, I'm going to give you a number. All right, call this guy.
Even if you don't hunt, we don't have to hunt. We can just sit around the fucking campfire and talk shit, right?
Sure, exactly. That's my point. The bigger this online community gets, the more we can help each other. Again, it costs no money. It costs us a little bit of money, but we sell shirts for that. So, like, we just, the bigger we get the community going, the better we can do. So, before I turn over to Dave to close it out, again, Warriors for the Outdoors, they got a fundraiser going on, and you can win a painted gun that doesn't rust. So go ahead and throw your money in, there.
With all these aliens coming, you might need one.
Yeah, you might need. They can see shit that's not camouflage, so make sure you paint it. All right, and
don't paint it. Fucking dip it.
That hot air balloon went right in place, and I tried to shoot at it.
No shit. I would agree.
Yeah,
with
you were
the
shooting
fact
45,000
that
feet
happened.
in the air. Yeah.
Hey, I had to send one out there to try.
But yeah, there it is. There you have it, folks.
You
Jimmy,
to quote Michael Scott from The Office, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
It's fact. Like you might not have hit the Chinese balloon, but you tried. All right,
hey, one last thing, just so if you don't reach
just
out,
close it out. You got it. Go for it.
No, I don't have it. If you don't reach out to us, the easy button. Like there are very few veterans that have been in the military that don't have a friend that they made in the military. If you take nothing from this show, take the thing that friend is thinking about you just as much as you're thinking about him. So fucking give him a call. Take the first step, and you'll fucking. The fact is, you'll see that in fact you're going to start a conversation that starts exactly where your last conversation picked up.
And hold on, let me say something else. In the last month, we're going to do another reunion. Before I went to Charlie Company, I was in HHC 2505 in the mortars there. And in the last 2 or 3 months, I reached out to a bunch of people. If you got somebody, all I need is a name and an area where you think they're living. I'll find the phone number for you. So if anybody wants you to get some help looking up for a buddy, man, I'll help you out. I'll do the best I can for you.
Perfect.
Hey,
so,
again,
all right, Dave, close us out.
Phenomenal stuff, Jimmy. I really appreciate what you're doing. As Buddy alluded to earlier, just you're changing lives, man. For warriors, even like you said, civilians that you brought in, kids of warriors, like just great stuff, Jimmy. I'm excited to see what else, the other great things that you're doing as you progress. Because when we had you on a couple months ago, you just had the cabin. Like you said, you've upgraded, you got more beds and stuff. So I'm excited to see where this thing goes in a year. For everybody that tuned in late, make sure you go to veterantrashtalk.com. That's our website. It has the links to everything. Okay, go to gruntworksclothing.com or shop.veterantrashtalk.com. It's got all of our merch. Today I'm wearing the Only Infantry. Okay,
I got the OG
on. Fans. Nick's got the OG on. I don't think Buddy's wearing
I got a sweatshirt.
VTT swag.
Yeah, we finally made Buddy hoodies. He can't put a fucking VTT hoodie
on. Go check that out. Go on YouTube. All right. If you liked what you saw today, go on YouTube. Give us a like. Subscribe. Help us, push through that algorithm. I'm pretty sure we've been canceled multiple times on YouTube already because of all the things that we say. And it is what it is. We'll catch you guys next Saturday. And then